Welcome to Merry Milo. Let's sing and celebrate.
Nora Newt with pencil bright, jotting nature's pure delight. She wrote of birds that danced in pairs and flowers twirling through the air. Nora Newt with notebook wide, skipped near bushes side by side. She scribbled notes on frogs that sang and buzzing bees in flower gang. Nora Newt drew leafy skies with ants in boots and butterflies. She watched the pond with cheerful smile and wrote of tadpoles for a while. Nora Newt in grassy green traced patterns on a ferny screen. She rhymed the wind, the bark, the dew, and painted trees in crayon blue. Nora Newt found stones and moss and wrote how ladybugs would cross. She hummed a tune to chirping trees and sketched a sketch of humming bees. Nora Newt by sunset lights wrote her final rhyme so right, then closed her book with sleepy cheer and dreamed of nature drawing near. Nora Newt drew leafy skies with ants in boots and butterflies. She watched the pond with cheerful smile and wrote
Nibble number with his pen, counted nuts from 1 to 10. He stacked them high in wobbly towers among the trees and leafy flowers. Nibble number found a 3 behind the roots near buzzing bee. He squeaked with joy and clapped his toes, then counted 4 in tidy rows. Nibble number saw a 5 that bounced with joy and came alive. He chased it through a grassy loop, then met a squirrel with number group. Nibble number drew a chart with numbers shaped like forest art. He pointed out a sneaky 9 that giggled on a leafy vine. Nibble number sang with cheer while counting seeds both far and near. He tapped his nose at number 8, then rolled a 10 on silver plate. Nibble number closed his book in a cozy hollow nook. He curled with numbers in his head and counted dreams while snug in bed.
Bee with yellow glow buzzed above the flowers low. He twirled in loops, then dipped with grace in blossom fields, a lovely place. Bee spun left and right through tulip petals soft and bright. He danced with bees in petal line, a ballet made of bloom and shine. Bee took center stage with the daffodils as ballet cage. He lifted legs and hummed a tune while sunbeams kissed the blooms of June. Bee leapt in the breeze and bowed beside the apple trees. He fluttered fast, then turned around and never touched the flowered ground. Bee waved wings in air as lilies twirled with fragrant flair. He tapped a rose, then zipped through vines while petals cheered in perfect lines. Bee in sunset haze flew home from all his dancing days. He curled inside a flower snug and dreamed of blossoms warm and snug.
Tilly Turtle took a slide down the grassy garden wide. She giggled past the daisies tall and rolled into a leafy sprawl. Tilly Turtle touched a toe to a giggle bush that tickled so. She laughed and twirled in clover beds with butterflies above her head. Tilly Turtle tapped her shell and made the laughing daisies yell. Each step she took, a giggle grew with tickled grass beneath her shoe. Tilly Turtle met a bee who buzzed and giggled by the tree. They spun around in flower shade in tickled games the two had made. Tilly Turtle found a slide of mossy fluff and ferny pride. She zoomed and laughed with tickled joy, like every shell was now a toy. Tilly Turtle curled up tight under clouds all soft and white, and dreamed of tickles calm and slow on trails where happy giggles grow. Field of light, with every flash the daisies cheer, as magic glows around and here. Flicker the firefly spun in air, light paths from here to there. She blinked a trail in golden hue, through flower crowns and skies of blue. Flicker the firefly zipped through grass, where tiny lights blink and pass. She taught the bugs to blink in time, a glowing song, a lighted rhyme. Flicker the firefly shined her gleam across the stream in bouncing beam. She waved hello to sleepy frogs who watched her light through nighttime logs. Flicker the firefly twirled and sang, and all the forest softly rang, with gentle blinks and happy hearts, in glowing trails and firefly arts. Flicker the firefly spun in air, lighting paths from here to there. She blinked a trail in golden hue, through flower crowns and skies of blue. Flicker the firefly zipped through grass, where tiny lights blink and pass. She taught the bugs to blink in time, a glowing song, a light. Rusty Raccoon with tapping paw found some rocks near grassy straw. He drummed the beat on one so round, and made a clappy, snappy sound. Rusty Raccoon clicked sticks with cheer, as forest critters gathered near. They stomped and clapped in perfect time, to Rusty's fun and bouncy rhyme. Rusty Raccoon spun in delight, drumming through the morning light. He tapped a log, he kicked a cone, with rhythm beats all of his own. Rusty Raccoon made music swing, with leaves that rustle when they sing. He found a shell and gave it knocks, while dancing on his rhythm rocks. Rusty Raccoon called out a beat, and chipmunks tapped with furry feet. The forest rang with joyful sound, as Rusty twirled and spun around. Rusty Raccoon at end of day put all his tapping tools away. He curled beside a mossy tree, and dreamed of beats in harmony.
Mango moth flew light and free over blossoms near the tree. She heard a tune that sang her name and danced into the music came. Mango moth spun round a rose where melody like honey flows. She followed notes that floated near and smiled at every joyful ear. Mango moth met chirping frogs, singing songs on lily logs. She flapped in time with buzzing bees and drifted through the melody breeze. Mango moth skipped through the air while flowers sang without a care. She glowed with joy and fluttered near where songs were sung for all to hear.
Crayon crop held bread in hand from my painted dots across the sand. He twirled with joy in orange stripe, then marched with green in a leafy pipe. Crayon crop drew sky so wide with splashes of the bluest sky. He painted clouds in curly white and sprinkled pink in soft delight. Crayon crop stomped down the lane with yellow shining like a train. He waved his brush with purple flare and painted stars up in the air. Crayon crop called friends to play and paint the world in bright array. They dipped their paws in color pots and painted trees with dancing dots. Crayon crop turned walls to art with rainbow swirls and colored heart. He clapped his kids, all joined the scene to paint the town in bright and clean. Crayon crop in rainbow nest closed his eyes to take a rest. He dreamed of crayons bold and wide and colors twirling side by side. Puddle puffins danced in rain with tiny boots on window pane. They sang of clouds and windy breeze and twirled beneath the dripping trees. Puddle puffins saw the sun, then sang of rainbows just for fun. They clapped for snow and foggy gray and watched the storm clouds drift away. Puddle puffins spread their wings to feel what gentle weather brings. They flew through air that smelled like spring and hummed of every season's ring. Puddle puffins whistled loud when thunder growled inside a cloud. They counted raindrops one by one and laughed when puddle splashes spun. Puddle puffins loved to teach what every kind of cloud could reach. From puffy white to silver gray, they flapped and flew in cheerful way. Puddle puffins dried their feet and sang their final weather beat, then snuggled in a cozy huddle and dreamed of rain in every puddle.
Doodle dragon flapped with flair, searching numbers in the air. He found a 1 on apple tree and giggled softly, "Come with me." Doodle dragon peeked through 2, painted blue with morning dew. He built a nest of sticks and 3 that jingled like a melody. Doodle dragon marched past 4, then danced in circles on the floor. He tapped a 5 with bubbly grace and blew 6 clouds all over space. Doodle dragon hopped on 7, pointed upwards straight to heaven. He drew an 8 with curling string and flew in loop-to-looping ring. Doodle dragon traced a 9 with berries dipped in sugar shine. He counted 10 with wingtip grace and cheered aloud from place to place. Doodle dragon flopped down low in a nest of numbers soft and slow. He whispered each one like a song and dreamed of counting all day long. Doodle dragon flopped with flirt in a nest of numbers soft and slow. He whispered each one like a song and dreamed of counting all day long. Doodle dragon traced a 9 with berries dipped in sugar shine. He counted 10 with wingtip grace and cheered aloud from place to place. Doodle dragon flopped down low in a nest of numbers soft and slow. He whispered each one like a song and dreamed of counting all day long.
Lesty Moose, with marching beat, tromped across the snowy street. She led her crew of hiking bears through whispering pines and icy stairs. Misty Moose climbed rocky slope with compass tied and braided rope. She stomped with joy on crunchy snow as mountain winds began to blow. Misty Moose sang forest song to help her friends all march along. They followed trails through sparkling trees with mossy breath and mountain breeze. Misty Moose found caves of ice where crystals gleam so cool and nice. She tiptoed in with hooves held high and echoed songs into the sky. Misty Moose picked pinecone hats and gifted them to snow-white cats, and danced upon a frosty ridge while waving from a fallen bridge. Misty Moose beneath the pine rested near a snowy line. She dreamed of trails and climbing sheep and mountain days throughout the year. Misty Moose beneath the pine rested near a snowy line. She dreamed of trails and climbing sheep and mountain days throughout the year. Misty Moose beneath the pine rested near a snowy line. She dreamed of trails and climbing sheep and mountain days throughout the year.
Penny Pika popped with cheer as kernels danced from far to near. She tossed them high into the sky and watched the popcorn flutter by. Penny Pika led the line of popping friends in happy time. They marched through fields with buttery glee, a popcorn party wild and free. Penny Pika wore a hat of fluffy corn, both round and flat. She skipped along the golden grass while giggles bubbled up like gas. Penny Pika popped each step and made her popcorn friends all pep. They spun like fans and clapped in rows with kernels dancing on their toes. Penny Pika twirled and clapped as giant popcorn gently snapped. They made a mountain tall and bright and slid down laughing through the light. Penny Pika snuggled tight in popcorn fluff so warm and white. She yawned and blinked with sleepy smile and dreamed of popping all the while. Penny Pika wore a hat of fluffy corn, both round and flat. She skipped along the golden grass while giggles bubbled up like gas. Penny Pika popped each step and made her popcorn friends all pep. They spun like fans.
Wiggly Wren began to sing while riding on a windy wing. She whistled tunes that danced in air and curled through trees without a care. Wiggly Wren flew round the bend. Her whistling song would twist and send a melody so full of light. It sparkled in the morning bright. Wiggly Wren met dandelions that danced like notes and windy signs. She flapped and laughed in fluffy song and carried every breeze along. Wiggly Wren soared up with pride while winds beneath her feet would glide. She sang with joy and chirped in glee, a wind-born wren in harmony. Wiggly Wren tapped twigs and leaves with rhythmic steps on breezy eaves. Her whistle echoed through the hill where all the birds sat calm and still. Wiggly Wren slowed down her song as twilight stretched the sky so long. She curled up on a feathered den and dreamed of singing once again.